Okay, welcome everybody to our Platinum training session, our weekly sessions. This week we're going to be covering the Google It functions and the marketing function because they kind of can go hand in hand, okay? So with the Google functions, those of you who have the older Platinum version that don't have Google It and Perfect Area, those programs we won't be renewing. So as your renewal comes up, you will be renewing to this new V18 version, and trust me, you will want to because these are some really great functions here. So today we're going to start by taking a look at what's under Google It. So the very first item here, homes sold. This is going to show you in any area, and so we're going to use our filters first. And we're going to pick a city here. I'm using San Diego just for ease of demonstration. When we click on any city list, okay, so no matter where you're located, if you click on the heading units, because it comes up alphabetically, but if you click on this heading, it's going to put the busiest ones at the top. And most of you agents are working out of the busiest ones, so it makes sense. So we want to look at the homes sold in Oceanside. So we're going to click on Oceanside and add it to our search. So now once we've got something in our criteria box, you understand with filters, everything else now will refer to Oceanside. So now we're going to click on Google It, and we're going to take a look at the homes sold, okay? And this will basically put everything that's sold in Oceanside in the last 12 months on this map. Obviously there's a lot, so it's going to take a second to generate. So there we can see all of the homes that sold in Oceanside in the last 12 months, 2,665 of them, okay? So what you can do with this is you can actually zoom out and click on these and take a look at those properties. So when we're clicking on, you know, any one of these, let's see here. Come on. We can see that this home was sold on Riverview Way, 269 Riverview Way. The price was $275,100, and it sold in May 30th of 2018. Click here, you'll be able to street view that home, except if it says this, Google does not provide a street view for this property. This happens rarely, sometimes in a gated community. So this might be, because I can see it's Douglas Drive condominium sort of area. It may be a gated community and they couldn't get in there, or it's a new area and they didn't get there to film it. You know, some markets like Las Vegas have that problem, some areas of Florida where they are gated communities and Google can't get in. So let's see if we can find something that they have filmed. Let's take a look here. There we go. So generally you're going to have a street view of a property, okay? So you're able to see it, see what it's sold at, and so on. So if you're taking your client out on a look-see and you've got something for them to look at on Bella Colina Street here, you can take them up and down this street and find that property. So if you're going to show them, you know, this house right here, you're going to be able to show them everything that's around it, what the neighbors look like, what the area looks like. So before you get in your car and drive them over to that home, you're going to be able to show it to them so that if they don't like the look of it, they don't like the neighborhood, the look, whatever it is, there's no sidewalks, whatever the issue is, they can tell you that before you get in your car and waste gas money and time driving them over to a home when they get out and go, oh, sorry, I don't want to look at this one. So there's a great function there in using this. And generally you can find a home pretty much on every street that's sold. So it allows you to do things like that. We're going to go back to the program now. So that's basically the first entry, homes sold. It just shows them all on a map, and there we go. Now visual marketing is going to now put those homes in a different look, and it will show you what their price points were that they sold at. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pretend you have a buyer that's looking for a particular home, because visual marketing works great for buyers. So we're going to add a few filters here. So you got a buyer that's looking for a home in Oceanside, and they want, let's go down to type here. They want a residential home. And they need to have, let's see, they're going to pick a zip code here. They want to be in 92057. That's where dad's new job is. That's where the best school is, whatever the case. And now we're going to choose, how many bedrooms and bathrooms they need. So with buyers, you're really just going to go through and put what they're looking for through your filters. Okay, so 2 bedrooms and how many bathrooms here? 2 bathrooms. Okay, so of those homes that sold, okay, the very first item in filter by will give you the one-line skinny on this, okay? So we're able to see how many of those homes sold in the last 12 months, so 244 of them. That's sort of, the rundown, how long they take to sell, the average price, and so on. So now we know, going to Google it, visual marketing, this will show us where those 244 homes sold of exactly what your buyer's looking for and the prices. So at the point when you have a buyer who's looking to buy, they generally know how much of a mortgage they can get. Folks aren't looking for $1 million homes if they really can't afford $1 million homes. We're going to tighten up here and hit refresh. Okay, and we want to make sure we can try and get them all in, and that's what you're going to do. Up here it will show you how many it's showing, and I think it said 240, so we need to kind of keep tightening and hitting refresh. Get 235. Let's see if we can get all 240 in there. Sometimes it's not going to show them. Okay. Now we're going to spread out again. Okay, so you got this buyer and they're looking to buy this home. And they tell you, okay, this is exactly what I need, and I can get a mortgage of $300,000. But man, I love this neighborhood right here, Susie. Can you find me something there? Well, right away you can see that they can't afford that neighborhood. Anything that's sold in those blue and red colors are $325,000 and above. So what you can do is show them, you know what? That home sold for $450,000. If you've only got a $300,000 mortgage, you're going to have to come up with another $150,000 at least to have me start looking in this neighborhood for you. But what you can show them is where they actually can afford. So nice little neighborhood in here. We've got a little enclave in there. So you really can click on these and show them. 280, well within their price range. Let's take a look. Boo. Let's see if we can get something down here to show up. 95,000. Well, I'm not sure what that's going to look like. It's a trailer home. So if they don't want to live in a trailer home, then we're going to avoid that neighborhood. Let's see if we can't get something over here. 200,000. There we go. So that's really showing them, okay, this is the kind of neighborhood you're looking at if you've got $300,000, okay? So right away, it allows you to know where you should be looking for them. So you're not dragging your head and calling your broker friends and looking through the MLS for something in here or in here when they can't afford it. Even if they love those neighborhoods, you really can show them this. And, color printer works great. You can print this up and actually put that into your buyer package with, some of your graphs and so on. But so that's Google Visual Marketing. Really breaks it down, whatever you filtered, and it'll show you where those homes are and in what price points. Okay, so that's your visual marketing. Back into the program now. And we're going to clear our search and talk about the other 2 functions under Google. And that's regarding offices, okay? Sometimes when you're looking to recruit, you can actually see the, offices. So what this is going to do is put all the offices on the board that are in the, on the map, that are in and around the San Diego area. And I'll probably stop it at some point, because there's probably thousands of them. So you can see, so it's just generating where every office is in this area, okay? And what you can do is you can click on them and see, who they are and so on. So this one right away, and this would actually take me to my next icon in the Google functions, and that is offices by criteria, which allows you to go in and actually put in a search, show me the offices doing under $1 million. So this is someone who only sold 1 unit in 12 months for $1 million. When you click here, this guy's working out of his home, and he sure is. So those guys are, ripe for picking. You can contact them and say, hey, listen, David, you've got your own little thing going here, but you only sold 1 unit in a year. Why don't you come under my umbrella, or my firm, and we've got oodles of listings. We're going to make sure you get more than 1 unit in a year. So that, so this one initially just shows you your offices. When we go back to reality, we're going to take a look, and the second one is the offices by criteria. So that allows you to go into your combined offices, go into your advanced search, and that's where you're going to say, okay, show me any agent, or, show me an office that's doing, under $3 million. Those are the guys that are definitely ripe for takeover. Finish your search. Oh, I think I put 30 million. Let's go back in there and correct that. 3 million. And it'd be shocking when you see how many there actually are. So 3,500 offices in this database are doing under $3 million. That's incredible. So that just shows you how many offices really are ripe for a takeover. So now when you go to Google and you go to your offices by criteria, it's going to put just the ones that are under that $3 million mark on the map. Okay? And again, allows you to click on them. There's somebody that did 4 units, $1 million, and so on. Likely working out of their home or a tiny office. There they are. So those are the guys that, when you say, okay, I want to start knocking out the competition around me. If your office is here, then yeah, tackle all of these guys so you become the only person in this neighborhood that people are going to come to sell their homes. So that's your offices and your offices by criteria. So that's Google covered. Lots of uses for all of those things. Okay? And now we're going to talk about marketing, because marketing really goes hand in hand with this visual marketing, the homes that are in all the price points. So marketing value ranges, you're able to see now what the value ranges are in any particular city. So this is without any filter. So let's filter it to a city. And we will choose, oops, I still have my offices in there. Hang on, let me clear that program. That was kind of silly. All right, so cities. Let's choose Oceanside. Add it to the search. So now if you said to yourself, okay, I'm working Oceanside and I really want to know, where all the luxury homes are. So you're going to click on luxury. Or you're just going to click on value ranges, and what it will show you is in Oceanside, how many homes were sold in that first startup. So that's from 0 to 539,000. Well, there was 1,679 units. Nice number. So if you're after the first-time home buyers, you're going to click on that, and you're going to find everything out about them. If you're looking to do the move-up homes, so 540 to 659, there you go. Now luxury is, 660 to almost $4 million. If you said to yourself, well, that's a really big spread, I want to tighten that up, you can step this up to the next level. And now you're looking at nearly $1 million to $3 million. You can even go up one more if you want. And allows you to say, okay, that's my target. $1.5 million to the $4 million mark. Now I'm going to click on this. It's going to take me to the map, and it's going to show me there in Oceanside where all of those homes are priced in that $1 million to $4 million market. So that if you're now creating a prospect area for yourself, which, I figured it would be obviously along the waterfront. So if you are selling here in Oceanside and you want to sell just those properties, there you go. That's where you need to set your sights on. You're going to target that whole area, and you can see that those homes are well over that price range. Likely won't street view it. Oh, there you go, but it's kind of the back side of things, it looks like. Yeah. So that is what the marketing tab does. It really allows you to just sort of select a certain area. Now, if you did this and then you said, oh, well, you know what? That's really not enough sales for me. What was I thinking? You can go into this search box here and take that out. Just delete it. You can leave Oceanside in there, which it'll be in there. Oops, right under there. Finish our search. So now we've taken out that ballpark figure, and you said to yourself, well, I want to do that again. I want to go down to the next level. Maybe I should be doing the move ups. There they are. Because there's far more units to sell. They're likely going to be more in towards the mainland. There you go. So again, if you said, okay, that's now my target, now you know where to create your prospect area, where the heaviest concentration is, and so on. So that's really those two functions, very simple. You just really have to, play with them. And, obviously when you're using these, you're going to filter by something, If you just clicked on home sold without filtering, it's going to show you everything in this whole area. And so it's going to be thousands and thousands. So you really want to narrow it down to either the neighborhood you're looking at or a zip code or let's see in here, we've got neighborhoods. So if I click on neighborhood now, it's going to show me all the neighborhoods of Oceanside. So great. I just really wanted Rancho Del Oro. Put it in there. Now we're going to see how many properties sold of that value. Averages and totals will tell us that. So 73 units in Rancho Del Oro were in that price range. If you clicked on Google, you're going to be able to see them. We'll click on visual marketing. There they are. So pretty simple. It's really just, making sure you use your filter right and then clicking on whatever you need to look at, just whether it's home sold, visual marketing, or if you're going after offices and so on. And then the marketing tab again, once you have that in there as well, then you can do things like, produce your graphs, anything like that. So once you've got something in your criteria box, everything else is going to refer to it when you click on it. And so if you said, okay, well, how do I accomplish selling this? Turnover is going to tell you how to do that. And we'll do zip and street. So pretty simple when you're looking at Google it and marketing. It allows you to really target areas, go after them, and so on. So that's it. I'm going to clear my search. I'm going to open my mic, open up your mics now and see if anybody has any questions. Let's clear that off the screen. All right, so now I can hear your questions. Hopefully some of you have some questions. No? Everybody's always so quiet. Come on, Ernie, you got a question. I know you do.
I'm trying to think of one. It's pretty simple to use.
I know, and I think that's the case. Last week it was the same. So, obviously I covered it well because everybody was like, nope, don't have any questions. You did, what we wanted. And so there you go. If no one has any questions, we're going to call it a day. Anybody else before I close it off here? Nope. No questions? Mikhail, Dominic? Philip, Michael, anybody? Melissa? You're all good. Okay. So this recording I'm going to turn into a link and email that out to everybody so that they can take a look at it again. But always remember you have video training here as well. Okay. So you can click on any of these things and take a look at what we just covered or just watch this one as I send it out. Okay, so thanks for joining us. You'll be invited in 2 weeks, this group, to uncover perfect area and more of turnover. Okay? Awesome. Have a great weekend, you guys, and thanks for joining me. Okay. I was doing business.